Today marks a very important day for the people of Numa, not only for the people of Numa, but for the entire Benin state. It's a reenactment of our migration from Benin City in Nigeria to our present day Ghana. Indeed, it is factual that the Benin people migrated from Benin City, which is in Nigeria. Our brothers in Mashik had their way through Ilefi before finally getting here. And for that matter, we got here way ahead of our other Gadangwe brothers. And that makes us the first to celebrate the War Festival. And that is an event that is going to happen today. Sitting here right now, we have our family members from the said group, from the Gadangwe group, which they are also part of the Gadangwe store. And then we have our elder brothers representing Nunu Bokotela's brotherhood struggle challenge, using the same energy, the same personality. That struggle challenge is descendants to us here with us. And also with us today is our brothers from Benin City. For some time now, they've taken it upon themselves to be part of the process, the reenactment of the Benin rights. And today is the third time for them to be with us today. So, in earnest, that is just by the way, the reason why. Since today is Obinese Day, we will take 4 of the Obinese songs, and then we will allow our various brothers to give us just a short or a brief history about themselves and why all of us are connected and why we are all here.
Well, my name is Maswen Ambokwe, izoduwa, the Coordinator General of Association of Great Benin Descendants, addressed to the Overlord of the Gadagmen State, Chiche Gobu on July 2nd, 2022. I'm thankful to God and our ancestors for bringing us once again to the land of our forefathers, in whose interior ideas we strive. This visit is quite a very emotional one for me, but I have a million reasons to have cancelled this visitation because of the unfortunate loss of my dear father, who happens to be a man whose paths and legacies I've always been proud to be part of. And everything that I am today was a result of his guidance, sacrifices, and tutelage. However, my calling by ancestors to lead the brightest minds of our people in order to unite all great Benin descendants is too overwhelming in the face of sadness and grief. We bring you blessings and prayers from the ancient city of Great Benin, whose king, the Oba, is truly a king, and his blessings abide with us, his children. His overlord spiritual. Exactly a year ago, we were here in your presence, and you guided us according to the dictates of our ancestors, and you particularly prayed for me, and I can testify to the efficacies of your prayers. And today, we are here once again to reiterate our mandate of the enormous benefits of our people if we phantom ways to unite our people. His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedo Kwakolokbolo, by Wire II of Viviga, the Oba of Great Benin Kingdom, unlike our previous visitations, is aware of my group visitation to his overlord spiritual and his traditional cabinet members for this year Obeneshimo Festival. And he deeply appreciates your people for keeping this vital aspect of our history and ancestry. And by the benevolence of our ancestors and grace of God, we are hoping for an invitation from His Majesty to your people in later part of this year, most likely during our annual Igwe Festival slated for December, in order for his overlord spiritual to also witness the hospitality, spirituality, and cultural dexterity of his ancestral home, where Bukate Lawe was born. The world currently is at standstill for the uprising of the outcry of the return of our stolen artifacts by the criminal British looters, who meant a kingdom that had a civilization that rivaled even the most civilized European nations. Our people was a sovereign nation whose administrative, political, and traditional affairs were solely in the hands of the Oba of Benin and his nobles, we refer to as a Haim. They were trusted with the leadership of the land, and through them, a nation that became the envy of the visiting European heavyweights was acknowledged. Many years after the defeat of the Benin people, the British did ensure that the remnants of our people are completely obliterated, hence created policies that ensured that some mushroom tribes, who ordinarily were no match for us proud before the British, now see themselves as our overlord. Some even allegedly wrote that the Benin people or their king came from their tribe. It is painful enough that we are where we are today, but we no longer grieve, but rather find ways to get across to all our people and find common ground to unite for a positive cause. The priceless Benin artifact worth over $47 billion, and the restitution is projected at about 250 million pounds, which is enough to establish the economic future for Benin and all its descendants. I'm happy to announce that the German government has concluded plans in returning 1,130 Benin artifacts before the end of this year to the Palace of the Oba of Benin, who is the rightful owner and the sole custodian of these priceless works, created by the brilliant Iguneano, which are the gifts of bronze and brass casters. We have so much to benefit as a people if we look into what connects us than what disunites us. I once again want to thank His Overlord Spiritual for their hospitality thus far, for making us feel at home, because truly we are home with our people. We look forward to having your people find time somewhat later this year for an homecoming visit, as in true anticipation, we hope that His Majesty, the Oba of Benin, send an invitation to you and your traditional cabinet. I also appreciate my brothers who accompanied me from Benin Kingdom to Accra and will come in great numbers for 2023 Benin Shimon Festival. Long live the history that binds us all together. Long live the Chise, Gogo Wolumo. Long live all the great Benin descendants all over the world. About our topic. In conclusion, before we round up the segment, I remember I spoke very highly of our prize artifact that was started away by the British in the year 1897. So we are regarded as the best broadcasters. This is what the world knows Benin for. So it is only very fair, because we just couldn't carry heavy ones, we can only present the smaller ones, with the hope that when Gogo Wolumon visits Benin City sometime this year, by the ordination of God and ancestors, we will be able to present something very big to its overlord spiritual. As regards that, we want to make a little presentation of one of our finest brass works, the bust of one of the elders of Benin. So it's overlord. So on behalf of the entire people of Benin Kingdom, we are presenting you one of the bronze works from Great Benin Kingdom. So this overall spirit for us. Thank you.
We, his children, wish to express our profound gratitude to the Oba of Benin and his subjects, that we highly appreciate this wonderful gift. We hope and look forward to the opportunity of entering into Benin City this year to receive a bigger award. With that, I say, representative of the Oba of Benin, we say a big, big thank you. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Indeed, one can attest to the fact that the people of Great Benin are truly good with art. Like he mentioned, the artworks are billions of US dollars cost, and we really appreciate the gesture. Also, having indicated that this year the Baburo Moshiche invitation will be extended to him and his entourage to witness this year's festival in Benin City, we would be part of that process. We are hoping that as we move on as a family, the Obeneshimo rights, the short next coming years is going to be extremely big, because we want all our Nigerian brothers in Ghana to see that the only festival that they can celebrate in this country called Ghana is the Nungwakulejo Omoho Obeneshimo Festival. Indeed, the Benin, as we indicated earlier, is a reenactment of how the Kadangwe people left Nigeria to our present day Ghana. So all Nigerians in Ghana are welcome. Next year we expect to see a bigger entourage more than this. On this note, I wouldn't like to take more of your time, because the Benin rights need to start in earnest. The Baburo Moshiche have to go into the Babu temple to start the rite.